My real life really got shaken up, and it affected me, it affected my kids, it affected my relationship, it affected my ex. I mean, truly, like, everything kind of got pulled out from under me.
I mean, it's nice. Going with the weird fabulous. That's my opinion!
Hi, Jen. Nice to
Hi.
see you again.
Good to see you too.
Last time we were in LA, and now we're in the Big Apple.
We are. And I remember I told you this. You made it so easy.
Okay, well, it's going to be easy again.
Yep.
We're just going to have fun. We're going to chit-chat. But it is a different season for you.
Gosh, yeah, it's a different season. There was a lot that went on in my life. Like, I'm telling you, I think everything that could happen to a person probably happened in this last season of filming. I didn't even get to have like a major catastrophe happen outside of filming. But isn't that what we're supposed to do? Show up and share it?
And that's, as a fan of Housewives, that's what we want, right?
Okay.
We want an authentic housewife, and you have to do that. And it's season 2. It's your season 2. Season 1 also wasn't the easiest for you. Remember, we talked about it, and it was like, how does that compare to season 2 now?
Different hard. Season 1 was hard because my friendship with Tamra was very difficult, and Tamra's a very strong personality, so I was navigating that and finding a new normal within a friendship. Season 2 is hard because my life, like my real life, really got shaken up, and it affected me, it affected my kids, it affected my relationship, it affected my ex. I mean, truly, like, everything kind of got pulled out from under me, and I lived it on camera.
And how did you navigate that? Because you are still very new to being a housewife.
Mm-hmm. The good thing is it was all so big that navigating on camera never really was a thought. I was just trying to, it was like day to day. It was like, what's good for Ryan and I? What's good for our kids? What's good? What am I doing? How do I never end up here again? What are steps that I can put myself in place to ensure that this never happens again? And it just happened to be on camera. Mm-hmm.
Which now, having to watch it all back, is that kind of cathartic for you, or?
It's harder.
It's harder. Got it.
It's harder because Gina and I are great today, but when I watch when this was all happening, you know, it's very hard to see how much me being evicted really impacted her, and how I did not know that. I thought when I learned of it and the severity of the housing situation, I thought I handled it. I was in touch with the owner. I was making plans. I made a decision in 4 days to move me and those kids out of that house. So to see her side of it was shocking for me.
So then do you understand her side of it more?
Yeah, I understand her side. The thing that's hard for me is I'm not a woman that would take down another woman's career, ever. Like, I respect Gina's career, and I respect what that girl has done at her young age and what she has built for herself and those kids. So I wish the conversation that Gina and I had, I think we were both very emotional.
Which is hard not to be.
So we were just doing this at each other.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about her. Like, we're good today. We've had this conversation. We've talked it out. Watching it is just hard.
It's interesting, though, because you do have housewives that watch it back, and then it, like, kind of rehashes the feud. So is it not like that between you and Gina?
Not.
Okay.
I hope not. I saw Gina before I left for this trip. Obviously, hadn't seen the episode yet. I don't think she's that way.
Yeah.
It does kind of reopen wounds. I'm not going to lie. You get a little bit like, that bitch said what?
Yeah, you're like, what? What did she just say in that confessional?
That didn't feel so good. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's that way.
Okay. You finalized your divorce, because I saw all the headlines yesterday.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Wow, that took 4 years.
Yeah.
That took 4 years, you guys. Long time. And unfortunately, I have no communication with my ex. And so it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I'm so grateful that it's finalized. I know people think like, okay, good, you know, here she goes. There's still issues within it, but we're finalized, and that was a long time coming.
So how does that now change things, maybe between you and Ryan? Because I know you're engaged.
Well, yeah, you can't get married when
get
you're still married. Like, the divorce kind of needed to happen before marrying Ryan could happen. So we're both so happy. You know what it is for Ryan and I? It's like being tethered still. And I feel like for Ryan and I, there's like this tether to my ex-husband. And I feel like for my ex-husband and I, I don't know how, maybe that's one of the reasons we can't heal and move forward, because there's still this like, what do you want? I need a document. Can you please turn in the, you know, so maybe now we can all
move forward.
Yes.
And maybe have some sort of friendship.
Well, it would be awesome.
Which would be great for the kids too.
It's the best thing for the kids.
Because how are the kids dealing with all of this? It's been a long time.
It's been, I think people forget this has been going on for a long time.
Right.
So the kids are, gosh, they're doing really good.
Yeah.
And it's so great as a mom, because I know my kids with their dad. Like, I know the relationship my kids have with their dad, and I see their relationship that they have with Ryan. And they're different men. And so I watch my boys navigate and talk about things with Ryan, and sometimes I'm like, earmuffs.
Yeah,
like, I'm in the room, people.
You're like, Mom is here, stop.
And then I told Ryan, we just took 10 kids to the Bahamas. We take all our 7, and we take friends.
So many.
And we were on a boat, and we were just all having the most beautiful day. We went on the boat, we went out to this island, and I told Ryan, I said, I just watched my baby girl. She'll just look at me. And then on my birthday, she wrote me, she said, Mom, you're the strongest woman I know. I want to be just like you. And I'm telling you, my kids are in a great spot.
I love that. I love that. Because I know it was hard. We just saw the 2nd episode. You guys had to move in with Ryan. And it's amazing now that, like, months later, it's all good.
It's all good. We moved after my divorce. My ex sold our home.
Right.
So those kids, you see my daughter say, I don't want to move anymore, Mom. I just want to be home. Oh my gosh, talk about rip my soul out. Those kids moved 5 times after my divorce. And so when Ryan said, what are you doing moving these kids again? Come home. And home, like, that's a thing for me, because I want to create home. And when he said it, when she said it, it was, if we're all on board, this is what we're doing.
So are you guys all still living at Ryan's?
Oh, we're all at Ryan's.
Yeah.
We're like a freaking circus
like a
act over
Brady
there.
Bunch.
I laugh with Ryan sometimes, because he used to have this big house to himself.
Right.
And now there's dogs and kids and all kinds of things. And I'll say, well, you can leave. We're not going anywhere. You can leave.
Okay. Well, I do need to ask, because Ryan has been brought up this season.
Yep.
We see that the cameras are coming back up.
Yep.
Because he's allegedly involved in a gambling scheme.
Right.
Why are you sticking by him through this?
Oh, I would stick by him through anything. And I know Ryan and I communicate about everything. So this was not like some bomb that dropped on Ryan and I. We've been going through this with our best friends for a long time, and it's not Ryan. It's unfortunate that my platform brought his name to light in it, but you just got to give it time. Ryan's not involved in it, and I certainly went through a time where I had so much guilt that what I do shed light on my partner in a situation that he had nothing to do with. And so support him. I would never not support him in this. And I truly support our friends who are actually still going through this. You know, the day the article came out, we knew it was coming, actually. So this was not news for Ryan and I.
What was then your reaction to the women all meeting together and talking about that?
Man, you know, I met with Katie and Gina, and they had concerns, right? Anybody would. But you know what they did? They sat me down, and they're like, girl, like, what the heck is this guy doing? What, are you okay? Are your kids okay? And they gave me the opportunity to be like, you guys, I love you so much. It's not that. Like, It's not that. Now, everybody else did text me, Jen, are you and the kids okay? I did not hear from Tamra, and I didn't hear from Emily. But Tamra doesn't surprise me. Emily, I would have liked to have heard from Emily, but I didn't. And then, do I even need to comment on Tamra's behavior about it? I mean, it's not even worth my time.
Not worth your time. How does this change things between your relationship? I mean, you guys just got engaged like a couple months before the news happened. Does that change anything of, like, now you're divorced, now you can get married, but now he's allegedly involved in this? You
know what's funny is it was like the highest point of our lives, because we were finally really moving on in this journey of us. And then we knew the article was coming, and we were both like, perfect. They were like, do you guys want us to say anything? And we're like, yeah, do we just want people to know Ryan's not a bookie, never been a bookie, he's not involved in this. And then when it printed, we were like, oh my gosh. It was like we were on the biggest high and then the lowest low. And we had to just come back together and say, we know the truth, we're good, nothing's coming Ryan's way, and we have to just support our friends.
I do want to talk about all the other drama that is happening.
Well, which one?
Not only
which part?
do we have drama with you, but we have drama with Shannon and Alexis.
Yes.
Whose side are you on?
I can't. I'm not. I'm just going to
You're
tell
not.
you I'm not.
Okay.
And I don't even know how much longer I'm going to be able to sit in this position because I love Alexis, and her and John are a very happy couple, and I love Shannon.
Okay.
Like that girl, I love her, and I wish Alexis maybe would back off a little bit and let John and Shannon do their thing, but she goes hard for John. Like Alexis rides hard for John, and I just said it. I don't know that it's ever going to go away because it feels like it's hard.
But do you think because Alexis has said that they are endgame, like they are looking at engagement rings, do you think it is like the real deal between the two of them?
I do.
Okay.
I do, and I know it was fast, and I know, but I'm telling you, if you spent time with John and Alexis, it is. They are on the fast track to forever, those two.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's interesting that you say that.
And when I talk to Shannon about it,
yeah,
because I'm like, well, we're all women, and you're sitting there with your ex's new, like, who could do that? Shannon says, I don't want any part of John anymore. Like,
she's moved on.
She's moved on, and she looks damn good.
Looks so good.
She's killing it.
I love that you are supporting her because I feel like some of the other women aren't. Well, it's clear that some of the other women aren't.
It's just not right.
Yeah.
So, have any of these women not made a mistake in their life? Have we all not made poor judgment in our life? So you're going to kick Shannon at the time of her life when she needs all of us the most? No, thank you. That's the time you step up for a friend. That's the time you show up for a friend. And I was not going to be one of the ones to walk away from Shannon.
Are you surprised that Tamra is not standing by her?
No, I'm not surprised.
So it sounds like you and Tamra are not in a good place. You weren't last season. Then the first episode, it seemed like you guys were better.
I know, and it was so good.
And now, not so much.
You know what? Tamra and I were in a great spot. Like, we were really moving forward. And even so much, we wanted the guys to move forward. And, you know, Tamra does what Tamra does, and you'll have to see. It's just unfortunate. It's just not as shocking for me anymore.
Right.
It's not as painful.
What about Katie? She seems like a fun new addition.
I can't wait for you guys to get to know her. To know her is absolutely to love her.
I love that.
I love her.
Because I talked to Heather last week, and she wasn't feeling her, and
Those two.
I was like, okay, maybe not.
Well, I mean, those two. Katie, I love her.
Okay.
Heather and Katie, not so much.
Got it. You know, it always happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, this season looks so good. Last season was great.
This season,
I'm like, we are going back to our OG Housewives.
Yes.
So good. What can you tell us, like, for the rest of the season? Give us a couple words to tease it.
Oh, gosh. Buckle up. Juicy, train wreck, amazing, fun, hilarious, sad. I mean, you know what it was? Every one of us had big things.
Yeah.
Big things. And so, one, we're personally, a lot of us were going through stuff. Collectively, as women, we're going through stuff. And so the highs were really high and lows were really low for us. It was an amazing season.
I hate to be that person, be like, I can't wait to watch, but
you can't wait to watch.
I can't wait to watch.
I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like, I think I'm like, I don't know.